Hey folks, good morning. How are you all? I hope everyone is good. Guys can let me know. Furthermore, I'm disappointed for you guys because when I told you that this is the buying opportunity, you guys used to ask me a lot of questions, but you should already know that from where exactly where you should go for the trade. We'll have to go for that. But before that, just let me know if you guys can hear me everything loud and clear. Good morning, Suziman. Thank you so much, brother. Sound is loud and clear. Thank you so much. I just came to this daily chart to show you this is the volume imbalance or old week opening gap. Then like here, the old week opening gap. This is also an old week opening gap. So would love to talk about this one. Love to keep it over here. Below this old week opening gap, I have this one fair value gap, which is not important to me right now. Love to see it will hold the market, send it higher. However, we'll see if it actually fall for this gap or not. We'll see that later. Coming to 15-minute chart. You are seeing the regular trading hour actually, and that was the yesterday's opening gap over here. Market closed here, opened here. I told that I don't like to see this type of scenario that market opened and it started to fall. So I would love to look for the buying opportunity, and finally this market came until the this week new week opening gap. This two line is the this week new week opening gap. Closed over here. Today market opened here, trade until there. If I mark the closing and the opening today's market here to here, this is the lower quadrant of that specific line or the opening gap, traded the opening gap lower quadrant, then market started to fall. However, we had this buy side liquidity over here, that is that buy side liquidity, all of this buy side liquidity still over here. Market didn't reach for or take that buy side liquidity. Instead of taking that buy side liquidity, now would love to go for the electronic trading hour. Yesterday market left that sell side liquidity, so if you guys remember, I was expecting this will be taken and then this market will go higher. So I have missed all of this buying opportunity until here, and then finally we have framed a small buy and we got that whatever it is, just yesterday's price action. We are not able to catch the buy from here because it was an unfinished business. So market went higher, finally came to this 50-week last parallel gap. That was my expectation from yesterday. If you guys remember, I would love to look for the buy until this last parallel gap, and then if it is broken, we'll look for that buy side liquidity. But as you can see, this market actually after 4 p.m. market come here and then closed over there. Today's market open here, not the opening gap, it's the closing 4:59, opening 6 p.m. new day opening gap. So that there is a new day opening gap over here. Was consolidating all of this area, then finally break, cleared that sell side liquidity over here, finally came to this old week opening gap over here. Right now, of course, I'll keep looking for the buying opportunity. But before coming here around this area, I would love to talk about something around the 9:30 open. So you can see this is that 9:30 open candle over here around the 9:30. This is the candle. Prior to 9:30, I told you if you find any kind of fair value gap on your left prior to 9:30, if you find any kind of fair value gap, give it highest priority from 15-minute chart. Now from the 15-minute chart, I have nothing, so I'll go to hourly chart. Remember, this is the 9:30 open. Okay, so 9:30 candle is this candle, that candle is the 9:30 candle. Do I have anything over here which I can use as my support or resistance to think about the buy? As the market closed here yesterday, opened here today, prior to 9:30, I have nothing from 15-minute chart. I can see a beautiful fair value gap prior to 9:30. Just remember that. A beautiful gap over here. I don't have any bullish gap, so it's beautiful for me to think just about one gap. If my bias is bullish, of course it will be bullish, right? I'm not bearish. This sell side liquidity, I don't care about that. I'm not bearish, I'm bullish because market buy side liquidity left here, buy side liquidity left there, opening gap, huge opening gap, or the what to say new day opening gap, everything is over here. I'm not bearish, I'm only interested to take the buy. If I would love to take the buy, any kind of buy should be valid above this gap, which is the prior to 9:30 bearish gap. More importantly, above this 50% of the new old week opening gap, that is the 50% of old week opening gap. However, that is that 50% of old week opening gap. not. I think that is that. I have a lot of lines actually. Let me clear some. I think that's not the old week opening gap. Sorry, that's not the old week opening gap. I think I removed already the old week opening gap. Quadrant levels back here. So any kind of buy is valid above this line, which is the 50% of the old week opening gap. More importantly, prior to 9:30, the gap you are going to see, which is very obvious to you. From 15-minute chart, I have nothing. It's very so much uh, messy price action over here. I don't need to think about that. You can mark this one or that one. This one has already broken from 15-minute chart. This one is broken, so I have only that gap from 15-minute chart, which is very small. You can simply go to the hourly chart and mark this gap from the hourly chart. So until this market is below this gap, I'm not able to catch any kind of buy. I will take the buy if I see the body has any kind of buy above the constant crossment of this gap. More importantly, the 50% of the old week opening gap. If this market if falling, you have two opportunities. First, you will let them go, or you will catch the sell if you have some kind of beautiful sell side liquidity. Yesterday, I had no sell side liquidity when this market was falling. Remember, this market was falling. I had no sell side liquidity, so I was not able to frame any kind of sell over there. No sell was valid to me. But today, I have this beautiful sell side liquidity over here. There was nothing wrong to mark this sell side liquidity, which was an unfinished business from yesterday. So if you are interested to take the buy, for example, you are just interested to take the buy, you are not interested to take the sell, then let the sell go. If you are not interested to take the buy, you would love to take the sell, then this gap you can use to take the sell. If you would love to take both buy and sell, which is valid for today, just because we have sell side liquidity here, we have buy side liquidity there. Both of them is valid. I have this 50% of the old week opening gap. I can simply frame the sell. We'll go to the 1 minute chart. What happened around the 9:30? Around 9:30, market opened here. You know, until this market is not above this gap, no buy is valid. If I can frame a buy from here, which is too far from that gap, I will try to frame that buy just to catch the run so that I can take some kind of partial over here, and then we'll wait to frame next buy above this line. I'm not interested to take the sell. No sell is valid to me. If you find any opportunity over here, which I don't see any opportunity, to be honest, nothing over here, to be honest, absolutely nothing over here. But if you can get something, cool, you got maybe that buy. I don't care about them because I don't see any buy over here. Nothing over here. No two fair value gap, no market structure shape, no nothing. Directly nothing. No buy was there. Then this market fall here, around like until here. Now, when this market came here, if you find another opportunity, go for the buy, or you can frame the sell. I'm going to skip all of this sell. Maybe I'm not interested to take the sell, so I didn't take the sell. Finally, market came here around this area, which is old week opening gap. Old week opening gap. For the first time, it tapped here. This is the opportunity to take the buy by believing that this market is coming for this buy side liquidity. But brother, it didn't go over there. Instead of that, it fall dramatically and I took the loss. No, you are not going to take the loss. First of all, the lowest down close body close candle is a very beautiful order block. That candle has closed above this order block. Take the buy from here. That only buy is more than enough for being profitable. It has provided you kind of 64 handle. Maybe you have got 30 handle. Isn't it enough for being profitable? Forget about that. Maybe I didn't take that buy. Okay, look at this fair value gap over here. See this fair value gap over here? Another fair value gap over here. You can mark this gap as well. It's too small to me. I'm not going to mark it right now, just not going to mark it, but you can of course use this gap, which is one tick or two tick gap, something like that. I don't care about that. I'm not going to mark that. So I have this fair value gap over here. Market, what do I need? Two fair value gap. Trade this fair value gap, fall, trade, make another fair value gap, tap to this fair value gap, market went higher. I would love to take the buy from here to until 44 handle. Maybe I got 20 handle, just 20 handle. Isn't it enough for being profitable? Ask yourself. However, the best opportunity to take the buy is from this gap, this order block. You have this inverse gap. I'm not interested to influence any of you to use this inverse gap because it's too big. If it was a small gap, maybe I could frame that inverse gap as well. But as it is too big, I'm not interested to mark this inverse gap. Order block to fair value gap, 22 YT model, not the best, not the best, but it's still 22 YT model. If you see that as a 22 YT model over here, fair value gap, tap to this fair value gap, market went higher. Catch that run, very small run. Even if your bias is wrong, you didn't take any of this sell. That only buy is more than enough for being profitable. Market fall, came here, I don't care. For the first time, it will go above this gap. I will frame the buy again. Keep watching. Keep watching. Last fair value gap. Why it is so difficult for you guys? You have seen that that obvious sell side liquidity has been cleared. Market tapped to the some kind of obvious level which I showed you yesterday. You have seen the beautiful order block, not some kind of this type of candle or like this type of candle. No, not like that. A beautiful, beautiful order block. A perfect rejection, immediate entry. What is the wrong to take that buy from here? So in this bearish market, you are looking for buy? Of course, sir. I will look for the buy and I will get the profit from this market. Can it fall a bit more? Of course, I have the new week opening up over here. So if it come here, I'll start to look for order block. Exactly from here, I'm not looking for any kind of order block because this is a random level. I can't look for the order block. From my lower higher time frame, I'll see a week here, a week here. If it reverses from there, I'll be able to see there is a week. So it's not gonna be random. But from 1 minute chart, it's a random candle. Here, this candle has the base. It is supporting. It is using as a support that new week opening gap. So when it tapped to this order block, again tapped to this order block, again tapped to this order block over here, it is supporting that order block and sending the market higher. First time it has broken, market boom, market just fall. This is the candle, that specific candle has break that order block here. This one, two candle respected the high. Look at the broke, boom. So when I'm seeing this beautiful order block, what is wrong with me to take that buy? Nothing's wrong. Now, what else can happen? Maybe it's not going to work. I'm going to take a loss. Okay, I will accept that loss, man. But the logic is liquidity has been cleared. Trade a very specific area. We'll go for the buy because I have the buy side liquidity. Thousands of the buy side liquidity. I'll look for that. Mhm, mhm. If it tap to this new week opening gap for the first time, I'll get the order block. That is my buy. If it doesn't do that, I have to wait for this gap to be inverse to look for a buying opportunity. So anybody close above this gap, I'll start to look for buy because this is the last fair value gap that can stop the market. More importantly, the order block here. If this gap is broken, order block mean threshold is going to be broken. So there is nothing wrong to take the buy for at least until the next last fair value gap over here. If it doesn't tap to this new week opening gap, I will not use the order block to take my buy. Swing high valid for shifting market structure. 22 YT model. Are you kidding, brother? I'm looking for sell. Go for sell, brother. No problem, no objection, nothing. But work with the logic. Why it will keep falling? It has cleared the sell side liquidity. Why it will keep falling? It kept falling to believe that support turned into resistance. So people entered over there. The support that you have seen from yesterday, that support, it was support, right? This low, that low, support. So market came here, people took buy here. When it tapped here, people took buy here, not exactly here, around this zone. They took buy. Their stop loss was below the support zone. They got stopped out. When they got stopped out, they are seeing this as a resistance. Support broke into resistance. Tap here, they took sell. This market is falling. They're chasing the market. They're adding here. Those people who didn't believe, they're adding here. After seeing this candle, they're 100% sure this market will keep falling. Okay, they are, sorry, not there, here. When that candle appeared on the chart, they're 100% sure this is keep falling. So they will chase the market. They will chase the market every single time they'll get the chance. They're chasing the market. It is going higher. They're entering sell. I will take the sell buy over here because I know that this is gonna be broken again. At least this line is going to be broken again. So we'll wait for that opportunity. Those people who chase the price, they sell. They don't care about what is gone. They only care. They only see that I missed the sell here. I missed the sell there, 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 there. I missed all of these sales, so I'm going to chase the market from here because it will keep falling for forever. It will keep falling. They will keep chasing the market, brother. আসসালামু আলাইকুম। জি, আচ্ছা, আচ্ছা। What you are waiting for? I'm waiting for this last fair cap to be broken. I'm waiting for this market come back again above the low of the old week opening gap. I'm waiting for to see that if it can trade this gap to frame, give me an order block entry. I'm waiting for a model to enter over here. I'm waiting all of these things. But brother, there is a fair value gap. Why this fair value gap is important to you? What is the importance of this fair value gap to you? It is going to hold the market, sending it higher. So until now you are looking for sell. Now when I told you to go for the buy, you're forcing me to go for the trade from this gap. No, I can't do that. This type of gap is million of the gap you will get on your chart. This gap intentionally, it has no value. Do you know why? Because this low is random. See this low, it's random. It's not supporting anything. It's floating on the water. So I can't believe that if I put more weight here, market is not going to keep falling. I don't believe that. So I'm not going to enter from this gap. I need more confirmation. I need breakaway gap. I need 22 YT model. I need the market structure shift. I need all of these things. I need to see that it's not going to work as a resistance. Then I will enter. But you are going to miss the trade. I will miss the trade. Very rare, very rare, very rare. Like yesterday. Very rare. So, sorry guys, I'm not rude, okay? So don't think that I'm rude. When I saw the message from the Discord, I got bit upset because it's a very clear thing when the liquidity is taken, old weak opening gap has been traded. Look for the 20, I mean, perfect order block. Look for 22 YT model. Look for two fair value gap. Look for anything. Take the buy. It's more than enough for being profitable over here. After taking the partial, if it keep going higher, holding the trade. If it stop you out to the break even, be happy with that. Simple. I'm not rude, okay? Don't blame me. Why you are not using the order block? It's not the order block. It's not the change in state of delivery. But it is respecting, brother. Why it didn't respect? Why it didn't respect? How do you know that it's not respecting but it's going to respect? How do you know that it is going to follow one more time and then make another water block before going higher? How do you know that? I don't know that. I know this is the water block. I don't know this is water block or not. I don't know it is water block or not because it's random. So I'm not going to frame any kind of buy here, even though I'm looking for the buy. I'll miss, no problem. I know that it will keep giving me the opportunity. And I'll catch any of that run. Maybe it will be 40 handle, maybe it will be 100 handle, maybe it will be 20 handle. But it will be a winning trade. That's all I need. Hmm. New week opening gap, sorry, old week opening gap low is working as a resistance now. So does it want to send the market for this new week sorry, old week opening gap or not? That's my intention to see right now. Does it want to send it here? If it send it here, can I take the buy from there? At the same time, am I going to leave that fall? Of course not. If I see this has been broken and market is respecting from here, I'll look for the order block entry to take the sell for this order block, because this is a bearish market. I will go for the buy when it will provide me that opportunity. But right now it's time for take a sell if it doesn't hold the market, and I am seeing this is a very obvious level over here. So I don't need to believe in this randomness, random thing. Okay, so I'll go for the order block entry opportunity. What do I need? Just an up close body close candle to take the sell. If I get that, I'll take that sell. If I don't get that and keep falling, came here, I'll start to look for the order block buy. If it is an up close body close candle, the next candle closed below this candle, that's gonna be my order block. I would love to take the sell from that order block. Inverse travel gap order block. Two things can happen. First, maybe I'll miss the trade. Second, maybe I'll enter over here and it will stop me out. The third thing is boom. Which one is high probability? Of course, the boom. That's why I'm framing the sell, right? By the way, this candle is very indecisive candle. I don't like to like using this type of candle as an water block. So I'm not going to use this one as an water block. Who the fuck you are? Say that, brother. Get the fuck out of here. Please. Go and give your fuck to other people, not to me. Stupid. I'm just not able to use this one as an order block. Otherwise, that could be my sell, okay, from here. I know that I'm gonna miss it. I'll miss it. I don't have any problem to missing this trade. As it is an indecisive candle, I'm not taking the sell from this candle, okay? Otherwise, I would take the sell over here to catch the run. But unfortunately, this is an indecisive candle, so I'll let this go and we'll wait for a buying opportunity. If it was an obvious candle, I'll take that sell. The plan was good, but the candle was not looking good to me, so I didn't take this sell. Simple. In this small price section, please try to understand this thing, okay? Just look at this small price section. What I'm looking for, buy. From here, just look here. This market is not difficult, brother. You are making this difficult. Look over here. What I'm looking for, buying opportunity. So what I have done, mark this last fair value gap. See if it can break it or not to take the buy, right? I'm looking for the buy. Then this market fall, cleared that low. Remember, if the candle close above this candle, I'll take the buy from that candle. Keep that in your mind. I'm not going to push the button. You will do that for yourself. For yourself, okay? The body will close above this candle. Tap to this candle. This is the buy from that candle. It's the best order block. Focus over here what I'm going to say. trade the last fair value gap, send it lower, clear that liquidity, build this bullish fair value gap, trade this bullish fair value gap. What should it do? Keep going higher. From this fair value gap, it should keep going higher. What did it do? Trade the low of that old week opening gap, break this fair value gap. Now, can you take the buy while it has broken and used it as an inverse gap? I don't believe in that inverse gap. The reason is it can be the fake breakout, and then this market will start to go higher. So I don't want to get stopped out over here by that trap. So what I will wait, a order block. Why? Because I'm seeing the new week opening gap is standing over here, and market is random. This candle was random. It was not reversing from a perfect area. It was randomly reversing. So I don't believe in this candle. From here, got the order block, took the sell. This was not a good order block to me. I didn't take the sell. What did I say? Now it is an opportunity to take the sell. How did I know that? Just because of this small price action, man. Come on. Just focus over here. If you always think about the entry, it's not going to help you at all. Please first focus what is happening on this market. What should I look for right now? Of course, the buy. Only the buy is valid because this market fall in a logical level now. So until this level is not broken, I can look for an opportunity to take the buy. What kind of opportunity? Order block. The best opportunity is order block. Second, to fair value gap. The best is order block. We'll see. If it takes too long, then of course I'm not going to use this candle as an order block. I mean, like one, two candle, three candle, if it reverse, like here, order block, one candle, two candle, or maybe maximum 3 to 4, 5 candles, something like that. But I need immediate, not like thousands of the time it's taking for reversal. No, I don't like that. Order block should be immediately change in a state of delivery. It should be immediate. Wow, 40 handle. Not yet. It didn't close above this line. Not yet. You are not missing anything, brother. So don't fall into the FOMO trap. You are not missing anything. You will wait for the perfect thing to happen, then you will enter on the market. Until then, don't do that. Body will close above this candle, then the entry is valid. Otherwise, it's not valid. Order block. So let's see if this candle can close or not. 24 is good. 24 is good. I'm not interested to put it below this order block. The reason is it's too big. Okay, too big. I don't want to take that risk. Now, if it tap here now, I'm interested to take that buy from this order block. If it doesn't do that, if it doesn't tap to this order block right now, it will make a fair value cap over here. I will try to take the buy from this fair value cap. If I miss this entry over here, I'm not going to worry about that. When it will be reversed, I'll take the buy from there. I have thousands of the chance to go for the trade. If this candle could close above this line, that was my buy from that candle. It was my buy. I would take that buy from here. 32 handle. I'm already profitable. Unfortunately, market didn't do that. Sometimes this type of shit happens. Sometimes. But did you see how I'm going to frame that run? Wasn't it so beautiful the way I was saying that it will fall from there, then it will go higher from here. This is how you will read the market. However, let's see it can come back again to this order block. Now, actually, I should frame the trade from this gap now. I'm not going to do that because the stop loss is going to be so big. But I will wait to see if it can fall for this order block before going higher. If it doesn't, I'm not going to chase it. I'll frame the trade from here, around here. Wait, keep watching, just keep watching. Where should be the stop loss? Here. I'm not interested to put it here. Why? Because it's going to be huge stop loss. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the risk with this mean threshold. If I get stopped out and I have seen that this market didn't clear that low, come back again above this order block, we'll take re-entry. If it doesn't stop me out, keep going higher. Okay, I don't need to worry about anything. Entry should be here. I can't take it from there just because of the stop loss. It's gonna be huge. So we'll see if it can come to this order block or not. I wish it will come actually because it should do that. Bit more, bit more. Come on, 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 come on. Come on, please. Come on. Come on, man. I told you that it's an opportunity to take the buy from here. I'm not going to do that because the stop loss. I will try to take it from order block. If I miss it from here, I'm not going to chase the market. We'll wait for candle close above this gap. Then we'll go for the trade. Now, if you would love to take the entry from here, for example, here, at least stop loss has to be here, which is 36 candle, too much for me. Too much. Would love to see if it can give me the entry over here. If it is more than 5 candle, I'm not going to take it. In normal market, I'm already in the trade from this gap above the order block. It doesn't need to trade the order block. From this gap, it's more than enough to go higher. It's an high volatile market. I'm not framing it from the gap. Instead of that, was trying to take it from the order block. So both of these case, I was unlucky. I was just simply unlucky. I'm absolutely okay with that. I missed it, no problem. I'll take it. The next one, I'll take next one. I missed this sell, no problem. I'll try to take that buy. I missed this buy, no problem. I'll take another buy or another sell. Everything. All you have to understand, this is small price action. I break it down. Now tell me that what the way I told it to happen, did it happen like that way or not? I'm explaining this every single day to you guys. Why it is too much complicated for you? Come on, man. Unfortunate. This is absolute unfortunate because this candle simply could close above the order block. That candle could give me the entry. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. Now this entry is not valid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not valid anymore. Look what market left here. Did you see what market left here? I have to wait for a candle close above this gap to frame my next buy. Or if it fall, came to this mean threshold, sorry, came to this mean threshold, I'll start to frame another buy from here because market left that clean highs over there. No buy is valid from here. If you are chasing the market, don't do that. Look at the daily BC, the gap is hit almost perfectly. There is a daily BC as well. I remember that. Oh, awesome. Close that full BC 100%. That's awesome. Let's see if it can come here to give me another buying opportunity. Remember, market never, ever, 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 ever leave the clean highs. When it is falling, it will go higher again. My job is to catch the run from here now. Until this market is above this old week opening gap. Any kind of buying opportunity is valid now. Mark this gap. If it inverts, that is the buy. It will close above this gap, tap to this gap, that's the buy. But I prefer to trade the min threshold before going higher. I prefer that. That means the job is done here. No more job. It doesn't need to come back again to finish some kind of unfinished business. So I prefer this market first fall for the min threshold, and then it will start to go higher. That is the best case of scenario. Otherwise, if it doesn't do that, closed out this gap, one tick out this gap, I'm gonna take the buy from here. Target last fair value gap low here. Stop loss, whatever candle or low market is going to build, depending on that. Not now, after the price, when it will close out this gap, then I'll show that to you. This buy is not valid if and only if the setup is below the old week opening gap. Just if it is below the old week opening gap, this buy is not valid. Otherwise, I don't have any problem to take any kind of buy from anywhere until this is over there. By the way, if any of you are looking for sell, please take the sell. I just got a bit well, and today I also wet by the rain. Why this gap is important now? Because this is the only gap. Remember, this is the only gap that can stop the market not to take that buy side liquidity. Look at this price action. This is the only barricade that can stop the market to take that buy side liquidity. So if it is broken, that barricade is broken, there is nothing that can stop market to take that buy side liquidity. You understand why this gap is important suddenly? Why suddenly this gap got the most importance over here? There has to be some logic. Why you didn't ask me this question, brother? Why this gap? Why is not this gap? I mean, others gap. Why this gap is important? What is your base to frame this buy? Old week opening gap. See, this week has traded this old week opening gap. This is the lowest down close body close candle that should hold the market before going to this old week opening gap one more time. Of course, it can go over here, but the low should be protected. So when I have this support here, that support is taking the support from the old week opening gap. This is gonna be the base of taking the entry. So far, if it doesn't build another opportunity here, that's gonna be the base to take the buy. But I prefer the min threshold to be traded first. Perfect. Now, if it go higher, that's the perfect buying opportunity. If it started to go higher now, I will be so much confident to take that buy. But uh, before tapping to this min threshold, if it close above there, there could be a possibility that I would get stopped out because I wouldn't be able to cover the min threshold by my stop loss. So now when the job is done, I don't need to worry about this min threshold anymore, that it will be back again to trade this min threshold. I don't need to worry about that. I can simply go for the buy if it provide me the buying opportunity right now. Until the low is not taken. If this low is taken, it's not valid. This low is not taken. If it is taken, I'm not interested to use this gap anymore to take the buy. I will wait for the next opportunity just above the old week opening gap. Old week opening gap high. So it's taken. I'm not interested to use this gap to take the buy again. I will have more space to go for the buy for this buy side liquidity. Or gap is gonna be important. This is the only gap right now that can hold the market, send it here for the next PDRA. This is the only gap that has the power to stop the market, send it here for the next PDRA. This gap is important to me. I would love to mark this gap to see if I can use this gap right now. That lowers the liquidity. Market has cleared that liquidity, right? Now, if it would love to keep falling, this is the gap that is going to hold the market, send it lower for this next PDRA. If it were, closed above this gap, means this gap is broken. Is it fake breakout or not? I don't know. It will tap to this gap and start to go higher. I will use the order block from that gap to take the buy for this liquidity level. This gap is going to be important to me. Until now, there was no intention for me to frame the buy from here, but now I have the opportunity. This gap is the only barricade that can stop the market for this line to the top of this gap. We'll see if it can hold it or is it going to be broken to take the buy. Now, at the same time, if I saw that it's not a relatively equal highs or clean highs, I would start to look for the breaker block here. The lowest down close body close candle, I would use this candle as a breaker block to go for that line. But as it left it here, I'm not going to take the sell. It will keep falling. I'll start to look for the buy again over there. No sell is valid just because of here. The sell was valid here. Remember, the sell was valid here because it didn't leave the liquidity over there around here. But now it left the liquidity, so I'm not going to take the sell. I will wait to see if it is violating. The market is violating this gap or not. Am I going to take the buy after closing out this gap? No. I will wait for the order block to take the buy because it can be the fake breakout. One candle will close out this gap, next candle will fall and closed below this gap. I will get stopped out. So I don't want to take that risk. I will see if it close out this gap, then one candle tap to this gap and keep going higher. Remember, it is still this old week opening gap is holding the market. It is holding the market. So I prefer to take the buy from here, not from there, which is the last fair value gap right now in an inverse way. I don't want to use it because the low has broken that low. So I don't have the support here. I had the support here. Now I don't have the support here. So I can't use this gap to take the buy right now. I have to use this gap as a support right now. I wish it will fall. Let's see. Or two fair value gap. It is also valid to take the buy if it can build two fair value gap. The best is it will tap here, build the order block, give me the opportunity to take the buy, or it will give me 22 IT model, or it will give me some kind of inversion fair value gap by using some kind of support. So if this low has tapped here, this would be my perfect inverse gap to take the buy. If it could use it as a support, as it didn't do that, I'm not going to use the inverse gap. Instead of that, I will wait for either for wardrobe block or for 22 YT model or for 2 fair value gap, any of them. This candle tap here. The next candle will close above this candle. I'll take the buy from that candle. If it is not an indecisive candle, by the way. Like here, it was an indecisive candle. So if it is not an indecisive candle like that, I'll try to take the buy. This candle will close one tick above this candle. I'll take the buy. Why you are not taking the buy right now? Because it can be the fake breakout. I'm afraid of this fake breakout and it will keep falling. I can't take that risk. Left equal lows to take. You guys please remember, okay, if the body close above this candle, you will frame the buy already. There is nothing wrong. Take the buy from this order block top. If it close one tick above this line, that's the buying opportunity from here. I'll just show this to you. You will try to take that trade if you want. That's the setup, okay? Just remember that. I would love to check actually what it has done over here. And if you get the opportunity, please try to take the partial around 1:1. What is that? I don't think so. I'll be able to mark that one. Mm, all right. 118. 25 118. 25 on. I don't think so. I'll be able to see the what's I mean the price because of the plan. Okay. So here, this candle should be your entry. That candle. Stop loss. I know it's bit bigger, but you have to take that risk. 30 handle risk. You have to take that. And this is going to be your partial. 30. That's gonna be your partial over here, there, and the target is there. Why? Because this buy side liquidity, clean highs. What did I say? Market will never, ever, 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 ever leave the clean highs. Order block. Of the order block. Nobody should close below this line. It should keep going higher. One body has closed, still it is valid because if the next body close above this line, it's a fake breakout, that is acceptable. One body is acceptable. Two body means it's wrong. First time it will close above this line, I will move my stop loss. You are not going to do that. You will move your, you will keep your stop loss over there until taking the partial. Until taking the partial, okay? But if it close above this line, I'm able to move my stop loss below the mean threshold by believing that it's not coming back again the mean threshold to be traded, to trade, to trade this mean threshold, okay? I need to see a body close above this line. That's a confirmation I'm going higher. What is respecting? Last fair value gap need to be broken. Remember, this is the only gap that can stop the market to send it for this buy side liquidity. It is struggling to break this last fair value gap from the 1 minute chart. I believe it is going to be broken. Why? Because previously it has been respected here. See this? Tap to this last fair value gap, respected, send it lower to clear that liquidity. Job is done over there. It should not be respected again. It should go through this gap now with speed. So I need one body close above this last fair value gap. Too scary actually. Much scary because my stop loss is very tight, and if it really would love to catch that low one more time, maybe we will did the damage. That's why I'm saying it's too scary. If it was not kind of December, I would guarantee you that it will never ever stop you out. But right now, a bit risky. I really don't want to see anybody close below this mid threshold one more time. If I see that it has closed, I think I should start to move my stop loss. The next body will close below this line. I have to start to move the stop loss. Otherwise, I'm safe. That's the problem. It wants to take that low. We can did the damage. I have to take the re-entry. There is no other opportunities. Don't get confused that it's not going higher, it's going to fall, or not something like that. It's simply interested to catch that low to take the liquidity. We did the damage, unfortunately. It again left the clean highs over there. That's also going to be taken. It's broken, so I'll just remove this one. We'll wait for the next new order block to go for that new buy. If it closes above this candle, I'll take a rebuy over here after taking that loss until this gap is not broken. If and only if this gap is broken, I will not take the entry from the order block, because if this gap is broken means this is also going to be broken. This old week opening gap is also going to be broken. So in that type of scenario, it is interested for that that old week sorry old daily bullish fair value gap high. I will not be able to use the order block again to take the buy until it's not broken. I'm full to take the re-entry over here from the new order block. This was the fake order block, that because this candle has closed below this candle. This is the order block, not that one. So I tried to take the entry from that order block, didn't work. We'll go for this order block now to buy the same kind of logic I have used over here. Until another body is not going to close below this low. So if it is going to close below this low, means the gap is going to be broken, so I won't be able to use the order block. So I don't want to see any other candle close below this candle. Until then, this is a new order block. Here stop loss is not like previous one, same kind of target. Body will close. I wish that it's not going to happen like here. I hope it's not going to happen like that way. It will close above this, one tick above this. I'll re-entry over here, the order block, even if I get stopped out over there. Doesn't give me, will stop. After taking that loss, will stop over here. Why this market is doing this shit right now? 11, brother, it's not 11:44, it's 10:44 and 10:48. Okay, FL trader, or 11:44. Wow. Okay, we are trading inside the lunch hour. I thought I'm trading around 10:44. Come on, man. When did I start the stream? Oh man, it's lunch hour. I thought that I'm in the AM session. Come on. Did I start the stream around 11? Okay. Okay, I actually got confused because I was watching my time here. You see on the bottom, 10:55 actually. So I was thinking that I'm entering into the 11, not 12. No, I was outside, man. Come on. See here. Come on, guys. You can see the time. I don't know if you are able to see that or not. I was actually watching this time, 10:55. I thought that it's the AM session. Come on, man. Sorry. I thought that I'm in the AM session. That's why I was confusing why it's not working like that way. Oh, okay. Let it go. I don't want to frame any trade here actually. To be honest, I really didn't notice it's the lunch hour. However, I don't see any selling opportunity actually. That sell to take that sell side liquidity. I don't see any opportunity over here to take the sell. Nothing. Nothing. But that was the buy actually. Was beautiful to me when I gave you the message. By the way, any of you got that buy? Even FL Trader, any of you got that buy when I gave you the message? That candle was appearing on the chart when I gave the message, I remember. And it will go higher, I know that, but I'm not interested to frame any other buy over here. Just for the sake of this conversation, I'll frame it, but please don't take this trade, okay? It's a request to all of you. Please don't take this trade because it's lunch hour. Don't take this trade. I did FL Trader. Congratulations, brother. You have to check the chat once in a while. I mentioned earlier, but you didn't see it. I was not reading the chart, brother. Chat, actually, unfortunately. I was watching on the chat. Chart, actually. What happened to me? I was too cold today. Please don't take this trade, okay? We are just going to frame it. I didn't notice that we are already in the lunch hour. Anybody can you, any of you can go to the 15-second chart and can you please tell me that is there any entry opportunity or not? Is there any entry opportunity or not? There should be an entry opportunity over here. Like this type of very small trade. Exactly from this gap to until this line. Any of you can do that? Exactly from here, there should be an opportunity to take the buy. Exactly from there. Yes, that's the only trade for me today. Congratulations, Suzivan, for your boom. Is that boom, brother? Jai, there is a trade. Okay, perfect. Thank you, brother. Thank you for confirming. There should be a trade from 15-second chart for this buy side liquidity. Should work actually. Please don't copy this trade because it's the launch hour. Lines can be a bit different actually. Yes, that was a boom for me. I'm not holding on to runner until February. I close all position around the partial level. Congratulations, brother. That's the best case of scenario, best thing ever. Can close it immediately, brother. I'm sorry, I didn't know that it's the lunch hour. Otherwise, I wouldn't frame this trade. Of the best 22 YT model. If I were here and it's not the launch hour, that would be my edge. Actually, I don't know exactly where is the setup, but I am pretty much confident from 15 minutes at 15 minutes chart as Jaid also confirmed that there is a setup. That 22 YT model or the setup from 15-second chart, I would go for that trade. I'm so much confident that there should be a 22 YT model from 15-second chart. That could be my perfect entry opportunity. However, guys, yeah, it is what it is. But just try to understand this. I mean, I just read all of this price action, a small price action, right? A very small price action, exactly from here. If you can read the market, entry is just a part of this game. Here, I'm confident to take the sell from the order block. Just there was not the order block. Perfect, no problem. Here, I'm confident to take the buy from the order block. I know that it will give me my profit. That run will give me the profit. I didn't get the opportunity, no problem. We'll wait for the entry opportunity from all of this area to look for the buy just because the clean highs are over there. It never market, never, ever, 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 ever leave this type of clean highs. Never, never do that. Maybe one times out of million of billion of the times. Out of billion of the times. One time it will leave this liquidity. And if you are unfortunate, maybe that is the area where it left that liquidity and you were trying to take the buy. But market was interested to leave this liquidity for the next day, for the next session or something like that. You are just unlucky. But it's not going to happen again. Trust me. Out of billion of the times, it's gonna happen one time where the market will leave this type of clean highs, which is tick by tick. This high and that high are the same high, tick by tick. However, if you're really interested to understand this market, follow the wizard. Follow the wizard. Okay, guys, I'm so sorry for today's late. I was late today. Unfortunately, I didn't notice that it's already the lunch hour. I was thinking that it's like 10 something. Like I'm now approaching inside the 11 a.m. Unfortunately, it's more than 11, so it's already 12. Why I didn't notice all of these things, I don't know. I was thinking maybe something else. However, guys, I hope you'll be safe and see you next time. Okay? Is there any question from anyone? Brother, you are the wizard. I'm always the wizard. Eiffel Trader, we all are the wizard, brother. I'm just kidding, by the way. Can I get some boom? Nobody didn't take this trade, so nobody is going to write down the boom, brother. But thank you so much, guys, for being over here. Marbra, will you be live in the PM session? No, I'm not going to do that because I have to join to this class actually, Portuguese class. Unfortunately, I'm not able to do that. Just keep looking for the buying opportunity until this market is above this old week opening gap. Keep looking for the buying opportunity. There is no sell. Just keep looking for the buying opportunity. If you see that market left some kind of sell side liquidity or clean lows, something, and the way I break it, just break it like that way. You will take one loss, but that will give you thousands more opportunities to take buys or winning trades. Sometimes you will take one loss, you will get 10 more winning trade. That's why I told maximum two loss because one time can be a loss, man. It can be a loss. How was the day, guys? Because I was not with you, so please before closing the stream, let me know how was the days for all of you. Please, no problem, Jeffrey. Just let me know how was the days. Are you guys red, green, or something? Just let me know in the comment box, okay? Have a good weekend, brother. Don't get upset over anyone saying. I'm so sorry, okay? That guy was from India, I guess. He was saying something in Indian language. Like, what was the exact? Okay. Okay, he used some kind of bad word and told that it's the weekly low. It will, it will keep consolidating. So he told that by using a bad word. That's why I was just a bit obsessed. However, this type of shit people are full of this internet. It's okay. Sometimes I have to be, you know, always I'm a human being, man. My mind is not always good. Green, boom. I took that trade on three evils. I bought with your code up 1877 on each. Hope to pass before Tuesday. Thank you, brother. You're most welcome. Null. And congratulations for your boom, brother. Thank you for using the code, man. Thank you so much, man. RX, you are green. Congratulations, brother, for being green. Thank you, man. Suzivan, you're also green. Thank you so much, man. I give you the thanks if you are green. Okay. Thank you so much for being green. Don't be greedy. Don't overtrade. Man, you will be profitable. Just don't overtrade. Simple. Teja, I am green. Wow. Lots of love. Thank you, Suzivan, for giving me lots of love, brother. Hey, Susiman, is there any good girl, good looking girl on your area, brother? If there is any, just let me know. I'll be there. I'll visit over there, brother. Is there anyone who is green? Just before closing, okay? Is done trading for the week. Yeah, come on, man. Today is the last day of the week. See this? This is a new buy from here. But please don't take it because it's the lunch hour. The buy here. Stop loss below this candle because these two candle has validated this glass gap as an inverse gap. Below that candle plus tick or two handle, something like that. Something like that. Nobody should close below the constant crossment uh, of this last gap. If I see a body close, the next candle will close out this candle. I'll start to move the stop loss accordingly. I'll start to do that. Now, I'm not interested to frame this trade right now because it's the lunch hour. So lunch hour price action, I don't believe in that shit. And please don't take the entry over here around the lunch hour. Better wait for the PM session, 12:50. Keep looking for the buying opportunity. Will be profitable until this market is above this new week opening gap high. Until it is above this, keep looking for the buy. And if and only if you see some kind of clean lows, kind of very sensitive lows, market has built, then maybe you'll be able to frame the sell. Otherwise, keep looking for the buying opportunity. Only the buy. No sell, no sell, no sell. Keep looking for the buying opportunity. Okay, thank you so much, guys. Can I look for buy above the fair value? No, you can't take any trade inside the lunch hour. Don't take any trade inside the lunch hour. I don't care how beautiful that setup is. If it was inside the session, trust me, man, that would be my buy. Last fair value cap is broken. Tap here. I'm already in the trade. One body has closed below this constant crossment. When the next body will close above this candle, I'll move my stop loss below that candle and I'll hold the trade until I'm feeling good. So maybe, for example, please don't take this trade because it's inside the lunch hour. Here, stop loss below that candle plus two handle. Okay, two handle, two tick, something like that. Go for this. For example, I'm in this trade over here. Go for a partial around this area, around here, because 1:1 partial. You can see my stop loss is 20 handle, so we'll go for a 23 handle partial. After clearing the partial, try to put my stop loss to the break even. First time it will close above this candle, it's gonna be my order block. We'll move my stop loss below this order block, like not exactly below, one handle, two handle below this order block, or maybe I'll just cover the old week opening gap low, that low, just cover it, hold it for the partial, take the partial over here, hold the trade for maybe this last fair will come over here, or maybe that last fair will come over here, or maybe the top of this gap. I don't know where, but somewhere here. But if it was inside the session, I showed you this and I told you that this is my next opportunity to take the buy. When this market was trading here, that was in my plan that I'm going to take the buy here. So if I miss this trade, if I miss this trade, if I miss this trade, I'm not going to cry for that. I'm going to take that trade from here. Unfortunately, it's inside the lunch hour. So I of course don't prefer to go for any kind of trade inside the lunch hour. Just let this go and keep this information in your mind. Later use it. Not inside the session, or sorry, inside the lunch hour or outside of the session. Don't you do that. This candle has closed above this candle. It's one of the best order block. For example, I was in this trade and I have seen that body has closed below the constant crossment. Then this body has closed above this order block. My stop loss would be just below this order block, maybe 100, 200 below this order block. As the scenario is bit confusing, so we'll put my stop loss below this old week opening gap, but it should not go back below this low. More importantly, it should not close below the constant crossment. So either way, my stop loss is safe here. But for the extra caution, I would put my stop loss over there until I'm not getting the partial over here. Well, I'll get the partial. I'll simply move my stop loss to the break even, or maybe just below the constant crossment of the, or I mean last fair value gap. We'll do something like that after clearing the partial over here. If it is inside the session, as it's not inside the session, I'm not just going to frame this trade or not asking any of you to go for this trade. Okay. This is just for your observation. You'll keep observing outside of the session how this is going to react. If it react be perfectly, be happy. If it doesn't react, just let it go, because you're not going to enter into the lunch hour. You coming back in the PM? No, sir. I have to join in a language course. As TGIF is important from 2:30 p.m. New York local time. From 2:30 p.m. New York local time until 2:30 p.m. New York local time. You don't need to worry about the TGIF. Thanks God it's Friday. It doesn't have any value until 2:30. Okay, keep that in your mind, brother. So from 10:30 1:30 p.m. New York local time, I can look for buys. Not now in the lunch time. For me, 12:50. According to ICT, yes, 1:30. For me, 12:50. So you can start to look for trade again from 12:50. Look at this precision, how beautifully it has been respected the 50% of this last fair value gap. So beautifully, right? So here, this is the fake breakout. Sometimes this shit happened, but I have to be careful. If I see these things, I have to move the stop loss below that candle. Because if I'm wrong, I'll get stopped out below that candle. It should work as a beautiful support now, that order block should work beautiful support and send it higher, at least until the 50% of this old weak opening gap, at least until this 50%. So if I can enter here and catch the run until this 50%, that 30 handle is more than enough for me to be profitable. At the same time, well, when I have seen this, I'm happy because I'm now able to move my stop loss from here to here now. Okay, here 12 handle, some 13 handle, something like that, just here to here. So we'll take the partial, of course, around 20 handle, 23 handle, whatever it was like at the beginning, my stop loss, whatever it was. Would love to take the partial around that area, and then maybe hold the trade as long as I can hold it. This is how you are going to thousands of the time I showed you this entry from the last fair value gap. Yesterday I have seen that some of you have marked that. More importantly, Kuba, the guy, I hate him. To be honest, he has framed the last fair value gap and some people are supporting him. Why did you do that in a wrong way? It's very simple, it's very easy. Why do you do that in a wrong way? That is my question. Yesterday's price action, you have sometimes, guys, I would love to talk about yesterday's price action a bit. If you have some time, just let me know. Otherwise, it's okay. I'll close the stream. If you have sometimes, just let me know. Don't trade right now. Okay, nobody's replying, so I think everyone is busy. Okay, then I can close the stream. I'll see you tomorrow until 50%. From here to here. This is the fun of the last fair value gap, but you guys just make it so much complicated. This is not the last fair value gap right now to frame the trade, to take the buy by thinking the same way. It's not that last fair value gap. This is the gap. You should give the priority to frame this setup, not that gap. This is the thing. Hey, Uchuk, you are the only one who is interested. I'll, I love to talk. I love to talk, man. I love to talk. Yesterday, before I close the stream, what did I say? If this is broken, if this gap is broken, it was a very specific word. If this is broken, this is gonna be my next sell. Okay, here somewhere maybe the stop loss. This is going to be my next sell. You guys remember, if this is broken, so here I'm not going to take any kind of sell. This is also the last fair value gap. I don't care about this gap to frame my sell. It's not the gap that is important for this sell side liquidity. Try to understand that fact, brother. This is the sell side liquidity. This is the last fair value gap. I would love to frame the sell for this sell side liquidity from that gap, not from this gap. However, I'm not interested to look for any kind of sell. You guys remember, no sell is valid because market left that clean highs over here. What did I say? It left that clean highs. I'm only interested to take the buy. So remember, I framed the buy from here. This candle entered and I closed the trade over there. Then I showed you this buy side liquidity. It left another buy side liquidity over here. Market fall, cleared that liquidity. That low has been cleared. Build another sell side liquidity here. That was the problem yesterday's price action. If I were here, I wouldn't be able to catch any of this buy for this buy side liquidity. Remember this buy side liquidity? Here, I won't be able to catch any of the buy side liquidity. You know what is the reason? Market didn't clear this sell side liquidity. The same way I missed this long, that long, the same way I would miss this long as well. This long as well. The reason is market left that sell side liquidity. After clearing this buy side liquidity, I'm interested to see it will fall again to clear at least this sell side liquidity, this sell side liquidity, both of them. I'm interested to see after clearing this buy side liquidity by using the last fair value gap. This was the last fair value gap below this buy side liquidity, which was my target yesterday. The buy side liquidity here. Before clearing this buy side liquidity, this last fair value gap is going to hold the market, or the first presented gap, or the 930 gap, whatever you say. It's gonna stop the market, sending it lower for the sell side liquidity. You can see this is that area where I'm interested to take the sell. For me, the first entry is from 1250. The lunch hour is going to finish around 1250. So I'm not interested to look for any kind of buy until this sell side liquidity or this sell side liquidity is not taken. Any of them. No buy is valid. So around 1250, which is here, I will start to look for a selling opportunity. Unfortunately, this market didn't give me the selling opportunity. I was in front of my chart. I was waiting to see the fair value gap here, another fair value gap over here. Unfortunately, this market didn't give me any kind of fair value gap over there, and I was not able to push the button, take the sell. However, I was thinking that okay, I'm going to miss this trade. Market is going to fall for this sell side liquidity. I was thinking about this gap to frame my sell. From this gap, I would started to think that I will take the sell actually from that gap. Market fall, cleared the liquidity, went higher, trade the high of the first gap. The first time it come here, closed above this area, would love to take the buy here because this market is rejecting the idea to fall using the 50% of the old weak opening gap. Before 1250, I don't care about the 50% what is happening over here. I don't care about that. After 1250, which is here, this is working as a support. So if this market wanted to fall, it should use it as a resistance. Market will fall and clear this sell side liquidity. Market didn't do that. Remember what did I say? Until this market is not going to go above this area or above this 50%, I'm not interested to take the buy anymore. No more buy is valid to me because market left that sell side liquidity. Sorry, not that sell side liquidity. When my market finally confirm that I'm not interested to fall anymore, I'm interested to go higher. This appeared on the chart, cleared the liquidity, tapped, closed above the last fair value gap, tapped to this last fair value gap. That's my buy. I'll take the buy here. This is the buy side liquidity. I'll try to catch that buy side liquidity after taking the partial, putting the stop loss below this area or all of this area below this area. It's not gonna be huge. It's 32 handle depending on the volume imbalance here. I'll try to hold it. Maybe I'll get stopped out here after taking the partial. By trailing the stop loss, I'll get stopped out over here. After getting stopped out over here, I'll start to look for the re-entry opportunity from here. There are thousands of the opportunities over here to take the buy. But this is the gap which I would love to use for my inverse gap by believing that it is going to close above this gap. It will never close back again below the consequent encroachment of this gap. I've seen that some of you has used this gap, that gap, to frame your buy. My question is, why is this gap important to you? So I have seen that you have tried to take the entry over here. You are talking about all of these things, this gap. Why this is the last gap to you? What is the importance of this last gap? This candles has cleared this liquidity inside this gap. So here that was the buy side liquidity. I'm using this gap from the last parallel gap. The high is here. This gap, the high is here. That still left the liquidity. The liquidities are left over there. Now I can of course use this gap, small gap, as my last fair value gap. If you want, you can do it, but I don't like it to mark this type of a small fair value gap as my last fair value gap. I don't like it, okay? But you can of course do that. Why this one is your last fair value gap? What this high left over here? So you are using this gap as your last fair value gap. What this high has done over there? Is there a liquidity that this high left? So this high left the liquidity. I have a lot of liquidities over here. But what this high left, that high, what this high left? Nothing. On its left, nothing. So why this gap is important to you? I didn't use this gap as my inverse entry gap. Why? Because this gap has been built the low here. This low didn't do anything over here. See, this low didn't do anything over here. At the same time, I have framed this last fair value gap to take the sell because this low has built the liquidity with a previous low. This low, that low, relatively equal lows. So I can use this gap to be broken to take that sell side liquidity. This is a very important gap. But why this gap is important to you? Then what did I say? I was expecting this market will fall. It will come here. Then I will frame a sell from this gap, last gap, as an inverse way. So it will trade here and it will keep falling for this sell side liquidity. Now it is against my bias. That's why I'm showing this to you. Okay, it's against the bias. But why this gap? What is the importance of this gap? Why you are thinking that this gap is going to hold the market and sending it higher? Why this high is important to you? My question is, why is this high is important to you? I don't see any logic behind this high to be a valuable high to frame a buy setup from this gap. I'm not interested to use gap. I'm not randomly marking a gap. There is a logic behind marking a gap to frame a buy. I really don't know why you guys make these things complicated. I showed you how to look for the obvious thing. Last gap, sorry, liquidity, last gap. I'm going to extend it to my right to see if I can have this opportunity to take the sell from this last gap. Okay, I don't know that it worked or not, but we'll just see if it has worked or not. For the first time, it has closed below this last gap. Next candle, tap to this gap. I'm in the trade. Where should be the stop loss? The candle has validated this last gap as the inverse gap. Going to put my stop loss above that candle. Maybe you can see there is a gap, so just cover that gap as well. Okay, just cover that gap as well. Sell side liquidity is this sell side liquidity here. That is the sell side liquidity from here to here. Going to extend it to my right. This gap. Okay, I don't know it worked or not. I still don't know that. You guys will judge did it work or not. For the first time, this is the candle that has broken this last gap above this sell side liquidity. Remember, it's not a random things or something like random. No, relatively equal lows above this relatively equal lows. This is the last fair value gap. Relatively equal lows above this relatively equal lows. This is the last fair value gap. I have missed all the sell here, sell here, sell here. All of them I have missed. Finally, this is the last sell side liquidity, and I have seen that this is the candle that has closed below this last gap from 1 minute chart. Next candle tap over here. I'm interested to very random. I know that, brother. I would love to take the sell over here. Would love to take the partial here, and below this sell side liquidity, this is the most important level. Hold the trade until that area. Where should be my stop loss? above the candle that has validated this gap as inverse gaps, just above that candle. Now look at this candle. Does it look like a good candle? Seems like a no wick candle. So this candle can simply come until here. So according to the rules, I should put it here. I'm not going to put it here. I'll put it a bit higher above this candle. Oh, sorry, above that wick. So even if the wick come here to make the manipulation, no problem. I'm not going to get stopped out over here. Trade this gap. Is there anybody that has closed above this consonant crossment? Is there anybody that has closed above this consonant crossment? Sometimes it will close, and I showed you if it close, what you have to do. You have to move your stop loss. Forget about this target. Go for this line. Plus 5 handle, okay? Just plus 5 handle. Isn't it enough for you to be a profitable trader? Why I need to make these things complicated, brother? I really don't understand why you guys make the things complicated. It's very simple. Of course, you can do your own experiment. I have no problem with that, but there should be some logic, okay? However, guys, I hope that you got something. You really get something. I'm happy. If you didn't, I'm so sorry. But please make sure that whatever you are trying to use, there should be some logic. What is the logic behind that? Ask these things. Here, look for the last gap. Where is the last gap? I have the last gap actually. I don't have the last gap, unfortunately. If I had the last gap, I would show you how to use this thing. Same way I showed this to you. And then finally market came here. To be honest, that could be the only opportunity to take the buy. After taking the maybe some kind of partial here, got stopped out to the break even. That could be the only trade for me yesterday if I were trading. And here I would try, maybe I would get, maybe I wouldn't get. I think I didn't get. Yeah, I didn't get. Because if I wanted to take the entry over here, I would prefer this market to go much more lower than go higher to build another fair value gap. If you look for the two fair value gap, one is here, see this gap, another one is here. One more opportunity from the Warder block. A lot of opportunities there was, but it is okay. That's all, guys, for today. I hope you're not going to make the things complicated. Please don't make it complicated. It's easy, make it easy. See you guys. See you tomorrow, the Monday, inshallah. Until then, cheers, guys. I don't know why I didn't get a notification on YouTube live, but just joined live. Did this just start? I'm just going to close. I'm just gonna close it, man. Thank you, Filtrator, for being over here, and Uchuk, and everyone. Thank you so much, guys. See you again. Tada.